Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on my channel, and today we are going to be going over my tips for round 4 this week, and we'll also be reviewing my round 3 tips as well. Obviously this is still a weekly thing, so yeah, just the right time of week to do it, and I'll get it out one day before the games start. So we'll hop on to ESPN, the footy tipping, and go over my round 3 tips and see how I did, because obviously there was a lot of upsets this week and a lot of people would have got some tips wrong. So here we are, round 3, only 5 out of 9 tips correct. That is shocking. So we started off with Collingwood and Brisbane. I tipped the Pies by 5 points in a thriller. Well, it was still a thriller, but the Lions won after the siren. Zach Bailey kicked it. And then I tipped the Dogs. They won by 128, just a casual 128 point win for the Dogs there. I tipped Adelaide over Gold Coast. That was a good game, a good comeback from the Crows as well. I tipped Richmond over Sydney, and I said in last tips video, I said I won't be surprised if the Swans get over. But yeah, they lost. I still tipped the Tigers, but I said I won't be surprised if the Swans win it. I tipped the Saints. No one was expecting the Dons to win against the Saints by that much, let alone just win against them. And then I tipped West Coast over Port Adelaide as well. They got the job comfortably done in the end. I tipped the Dockers over Carlton. I don't want to talk about that match. If you want to see behind the scenes of the game, go to my channel and watch the match day vlog. Yeah, shocking performance. I tipped the D's over the Giants. I got that one correct as well. And then I also tipped Geelong over Hawthorn. Got that correct. So actually all up, not a bad round. It's just the upsets that did me this round. And we'll move on to round 4. Here we go. Here are the tips. I'm actually excited to get into these. Sydney and Essendon at Sydney Cricket Ground on Thursday. Prime time match on a Thursday. The Swans definitely deserve it, and the Swans will get over. I reckon they'll have another nice win here. I reckon the Dons won't keep up their good performance from last week, and I reckon the Swans will just be too strong in the end at their home deck. I reckon they'll win by 25 points. And then Port Adelaide and Richmond. Wow, this is going to be an interesting game at the Adelaide Oval. Obviously, they played here in the 2020 prelim final, and the Tigers got over the top against Port Adelaide. But here I'm going to tip the Power. Richmond coming off a big loss against Sydney at their home ground as well. And Port Adelaide also coming off a loss, but they had to travel to Perth, and they were versing a very, very challenging team, to say the least. So I reckon the Power will bounce back after the loss against the Eagles and win against Richmond at their home ground on Friday. Moving on to the Saturday games, we got the Bulldogs taking on Brisbane at Mars Stadium in Ballarat. And if I'm going to be honest, I thought a lot more people would tip the Lions, but only 9% of people have, which is, yeah, crazy to think of it. I am going to go the Dogs, however, in terrific form, coming off an 128 point win. The Lions coming off a 1 point win after the siren. Both sides are the Lions are in decent form, but the Dogs are just crazy good at the moment. Got to tip the Bulldogs, cannot tip against them at this time of the year. St Kilda and West Coast at Marvel Stadium. West Coast have a lot of people tipping them, 88%. You'd think maybe the Saints would have a little bit more because of their home ground advantage, but that is not the case. Wow, okay. This is actually a hard one to tip as well. I'm going to say that Eagles will travel to Melbourne, and I reckon they'll get the job done again. They obviously versed the Dogs there the other week and only just fell short, but they played a good brand of footy, and I reckon they'll keep it up, keep their good footy up, and I reckon they'll win it. Maybe I'd say around 3 to 4 goals. Next up is the second last game on Saturday, Gold Coast and Carlton at Metricon. This is actually going to be a good game. Carlton coming off a big win. The Suns coming off a loss, but at their home ground, it's going to be an interesting game. Obviously, everyone that has tipped this is quite equal on what sides to pick. Carlton have 54% pick them, and the Suns have 46% pick them. This is actually a difficult one. I might go the Suns, if I'm going to be honest. Actually, no, Carlton do play good up in Metricon. Up in Gold Coast, so I'm actually going to tip the Blues. I remember last year they travelled to Metricon a lot, obviously because of COVID and the hubs. The Blues were up there for a while and they did really well, so I'm going to tip the Blues to win it. And the last game on Saturday, 7:25, is Collingwood and GWS. I might be streaming this game, and I'm actually hoping to maybe even get Kato over and do a live reaction with him. But I'll be at my nan's in Melbourne. But who knows? Anything's possible. I guess I'll try and stream it. Don't know if it'll go well or not. But yeah, we'll see how it goes during the week. Anyway, Collingwood GWS at the MCG. Hard to go past the Pies there. A lot of people have also picked them. I reckon the Giants in shocking form, 0-3. Haven't won a game this year. And from my tips here, I'm going to predict them to go 0-4. Home ground advantage to the Pies. They should be able to get it done. Sunday games, North Melbourne and Adelaide at Marvel Stadium. Even though the North Melbourne's home ground, still I reckon Adelaide will put on a good performance in Melbourne and get the job done there. And this is, I reckon, going to be the game of the round. Melbourne and Geelong. Seriously, this is going to be a banging game. Wow, this is going to be a very difficult one to pick. Oh, wow. Melbourne and Geelong. This is difficult. Very difficult. At the MCG, Geelong just played at the MCG. They played a good round of footy, but they were versing the Hawks, and the D's haven't lost a game either. So, wow. Okay, yeah, this is definitely the hardest one to pick. And if I get any tip wrong this round, it'd probably have to be this one. Majority of people have tipped the Cats at the MCG. Oh, this is actually difficult. I'm actually going to go an upset. I don't know if it is an upset, but I'm going to tip the D's. Geelong can easily win this, though. Geelong can easily win this if they put on their good standards. But I'm going to tip the D's. I'm going to go a little bit different. I'm going to tip the D's. I'm going different to everyone else. I reckon the D's will get it done. It'll be close. It'll be under 10 points. Under 10 points. Good game. Good game at the G. And then finishing off the round on Sunday is my Dockers taking on the Hawks. 67% have tipped the Dockers. And obviously I cannot tip against my own team. And even if I could tip against my own team, I don't think I would here. Just because at the home ground, I reckon we'll bounce back after last week. Obviously last week was horrendous. But back at home, we should be able to get the job done at our home turf. In round 1, we played in Melbourne. We lost. Round 2, we played in Perth. We flogged. We just dominated that game against GWS. Then round 4, we're back in Perth. So I reckon we'll get the job done against the Hawks. So we'll click submit. And boom, my tips are in for this week. No changing them, even during the week. Whenever I do these tipping videos, I never change them during the week. These are my official tips. So thank you all so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. The tips will be coming out, obviously, every week, like they have been since the start of the year. Thanks for watching, and see you later.